Emar. I'm going to do my push ups. But first, a quick message: listen to understand the other perspective. Of course, everyone has their own worldview, but when you're trying to convince somebody of something, or not even convince, but trying to uh, maybe plant a seed to move someone in a certain direction, then you need to listen to understand, or just study on other perspectives to see how you can approach the subject matter that you're trying to discuss. So it's difficult, especially when you have your own views and they are very contrary to another's perspective, but it's important to do if you want to grow and work together with other people. I imagine the natural feeling is that you don't want to be in, you know, working against others, or having to defend yourself, or being offended by what others say. Then it's better to work together with others instead of always being clashing. So something to think about. More about that on my Instagram. Now to my push-ups. Let's go. Thank you. I was just finishing 45 hand release push-ups. That's what you saw. Let me go all the way down, lift my hands, and then go back up. They're tiring, and I'm wearing a 20-pound weighted vest as well. So I'm breathing a little bit harder. So do you do push-ups? If you hear noises in the background, that's my wife and daughter. Also did a 2-mile run before that, because it's important to be active physically. Thank you very much. Physically and mentally. How about you? Do you do regular physical activity? Hey, that's good. It's important. Keep you physically fit, and also the mental side of it as well. Keep your mind active too. And today, what I normally do with push-ups, have a little message at the beginning. I don't know if you were there at the beginning, but today's message was listen to understand the other perspective. And I think this is especially important, at least in the US, or well, really anywhere where there's differing opinions on many things.
especially if you want to move or help plant a seed to move someone in the direction uh, where it might be beneficial to them, because there's always opposing views. So, thanks again for watching. We're here still waiting for the final election results. It's almost decided, but we'll see how it turns out. Do you do other physical activity as well?
Mama, what do you think of it? The title is If God Has Forsaken Me.
Yep.
If God has forsaken me, then I
So
shall
far,
forsake God too.
so
Only the
far,
oppressed may
Biden
possess
is
the
winning.
keys. I close all doors, thus I seal
We'll
away
see
all
how
hurt, all
it
prayers.
turns out.
However, who protects
That
me
he was
from the
my
most
preferred
frightful? Myself.
candidate. Are you, if you care to say, are you in the U.S.? Are you favoring this or opposing this? Hey, that's good. Sit-ups and push-ups and running. That's important. Stay active. Keeps your heart healthy, your body healthy, and believe it or not, that physical activity helps your mind as well. Okay, cool. Good to hear. Yeah, let's hope it works out for Biden and he wins this one, and hopefully he moves in the direction of more unity, because I think there's a lot of divisiveness right now. So I think unity is important. More, we're not always going to agree on everything, but I think if we work towards working together and seeing how the majority of people can be as successful as possible. There's naturally going to be some people that have more access to things, or so getting people, especially with education, getting people equal access to educational opportunities, I think is important. So again, I hope with and crossing our fingers that Biden wins, that we're moving into that direction where people have more opportunity to, for one thing, healthcare is important. I think education, so all that is important. Oh, 100%. Yeah, equal rights are 100% important. I mean, look at uh, uh, just the pay situation. How come certain people get normally more pay than others? Than minorities, for example. So I think that's equal rights is 100% necessary for everyone. From minorities to different sexual orientations as well, women, of course. So, and so that's my thing too, and that's why, again, I voted for Biden and prefer him, because I think that with him we'll move in that direction. And I think once he is selected, he needs to focus on that, on bringing more unity as well, as opposed to being divisive. So let's hope that works out. We were watching news right there. Yes. Florida and Texas, but they're very traditionally Republican states, but they're, I think, moving in, Florida it flops, but Texas has been very traditionally Republican. So I think they're moving in the direction of being more on the Democratic side. And I'm not saying that Democrats are perfect, not by any means at all. There's things that, especially on the farther left, that cause divisiveness, and that's why the current president got voted in, because they saw there was divisive. They felt left out. The far right. So you have to think about that when. I think as a leader, you have to be inclusive. You can't only play to the far sides, whether that be the far left or the far right. You have to play in the middle where the majority of people are. Most people, I think, want a better life, of course, for themselves and for others, and for family. Yes, let's hope so. Let's see with these mail-in ballots, if he wins Georgia. If he doesn't, that's it. I mean, that's guaranteed. It'll be better just for correct. That's right. Because depending on which place you're looking at, is I think Biden has 264. So but still, definitely count all the votes, no matter who they're for, because we want a legitimate win. So that's the key thing. And don't call it early. That's the thing. Don't say stop counting. That's not the way we do things. You have to. The purpose is to count all the votes. And if Trump wins fair and square, then that's fair. Then what can we do? But let's do the same thing for Biden, and that's where people on the right need to understand that we need to be fair and count all the votes, just like we would if Trump was winning too. So I think it's important. That one thing that I think I don't like is the fear mongering when he's telling supporters, oh look, they're trying to. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. At 4 o'clock in the morning, he's telling people to stop the count. Come on, all the votes are not in, and then saying, oh, they got the votes from who knows where all of a sudden. Yep. So why implement that fear mongering against his followers, especially the ones that are further right, because then they'll believe anything he says just because he's some way a representative of them. So that's the unfortunate thing, and that's one of the things I really don't like about the way he is, because he plays to people's emotions. And for some people that are more emotional or more fearful of the unknown, it seems, then they'll react more gravely, and that's where you see unfortunate actions, what we've seen over the course of this year. So from attacks on people and that sort of thing, and not just this year, but in past years too. So yeah, I don't like that at all. That's why I hope things change. Let's see what they say. Pennsylvania vote still being counted. So let's see what happens. I wonder what. Okay, under 1 million it said for Pennsylvania. So we'll see. Okay, so the big cities. Yeah, so it looks like as Bernie Sanders predicted that uh, it seems like more of the mail-ins are on the Democratic side of things. That's why he predicted last night that Trump would probably be winning and declare victory, and then come along, uh, as mail-in ballots come in, that there'll be more Democratic and Biden will be getting more. So there you go, and that's another case of fear mongering from the right. Is that, oh, if Biden is elected, then he's gonna raise taxes immediately. So, and as you mentioned right there, it's there's not that many people that make over $400,000 a year, and for those that do, they oftentimes have businesses and they have ways of you know the working with the tax code so that they don't pay as many taxes. So yeah, for me, I think if I made that much, then I'll contribute my fair share. I think you know that's just my thought, but I don't see why the raising taxes fear is not a concern to the majority of people. And I think especially some of it is, the on the right, you don't have that fear. Okay, I make over 400,000, I'm gonna get taxed more. How much more taxes are you gonna get? Not you. You make under 100. You make less than that. You're a minimum wage worker. Why are you worrying about that? So if that's the case, yeah, I don't get it. But again, I think the key thing moving forward, and again, crossing our fingers, assuming he wins, is to try to work with others, those that have different perspectives. My wife says that I make her fall asleep with my voice. She's trying to listen to the news. That's funny. But thank you again for joining. I appreciate that, and thank you for the other person that just joined. Let's see. I have 2 viewers. That's all right. Thanks. Were you of age to be able to vote, or not that it makes any difference? Just curious. I need to get up. Can't sit on the ground too long. My legs fall asleep. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, good for you. You'll be ready when you get the chance to vote. So, congratulations. It's important to be aware of that. Oh, good for them. I tell them thank you from mom. Remove this vest. So, congratulations to them. Thanks again. Need to get some water. So do you study? I imagine favorite subject is history, because I have a daughter that's a senior, and one of her favorite subjects is history, and she does like a little bit of politics, especially since she wants to be a lawyer. So that means you're probably a freshman, if I'm not mistaken. Because I have another daughter who's 15 and she's a sophomore. Yep. Seems like many people that like politics enjoy history as well. And it's more important to, not just learn history from what they teach you in school, but history, even outside, Native American history, Black history, Latin history, or just America's history is important. And then looking across to other parts of the world as well. Cool. Congrats. Are you doing a virtual or in person? Yeah, my daughters are virtual right now. Cool. Yeah, I know. Of course, with the COVID concerns, I wasn't interested, or my wife and I weren't interested in sending them, and they weren't interested in going either. So I was like, yeah, virtual is better, and at least for now. Especially since at the high school they go to, there's been cases. Of course, it's a large school, but
You heard what he said?
what did you say?
I said my mom said what you're basically saying there. You might as well just say all your credit card information and your bank account.
Really? Yep. My address, right?
Your address, birthday, your social security number.
Yeah. My wife and daughter say I'm talking too much. Well, it's been a pleasure. I need to go get turned in soon, so thank you again for joining. I appreciate it, and keep up the good work. You want to go on camera? Yes, I hope. Let's go see if we can go back. That's my daughter messing with my camera. Let's hope that we can go back to some normality. And again, start healing, the healing process. I think that's a key thing. Not have so much divisiveness. And especially when you're making policy and creating laws, I think the important thing is to be inclusive, work with the other, the right and left and middle. So I think that's the important thing. Make sure people's voices are heard. So yeah, keep up. Keep learning about politics. That's only going to help you. Critical thinking. If you have opportunities to learn about critical thinking, that's extremely important. I think that's something that we lack in the education system in general. If you debate, critical thinking, that sort of thing, it's important. So keep it up. Hey, it's my daughter again messing with me. I'm gonna show her head. She left. Alright. Well, again, have a good one. Thanks again for joining. I appreciate that. And keep up the good work. Take care. Remember, listen to understand others' perspective, and read. Read is important. Have a good one. Peace.